Dun, 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 dun. Rip Twitter. Okay. I'm sure everyone has all their knickers in a twist over all the news, but we'll see what happens. Good evening, all. Welcome to Thursday? First. We're trying to go for the pun. Considering all the news on Twitter today, why don't start learning how to hack in VTuber. We'll post that there. Oh, my default is actually a lot higher than it should be. There we go. Alright then, let's see here. Go live. Time for some adventuring in Digimon. Oh jeez. Doing okay there, system. Cyber Sleuth. Let's see. Hackers. Maybe. Just get that going now. Just get that out of the way. That'll be done automatically. I guess we'll start tossing some stuff around. Here. Hot Salty had a self-promo area. I suppose not. Alright, that's fine. It's just good to keep stuff in mind. Oh no, there it is. I'd be blind, that's all. And don't flood the chat. And just get a couple more out. Good. Check this here, just to break it up. Alrighty. Cool. About a minute 40 on the ad still. Guess we'll give it a sec. Good. Let's see. Everything should be okay. Good. That should work out just fine. Alrighty, what else do I need to get done? Nothing until we just start the stream properly, so let me just clean up a gotcha that I usually get moving. Hey, the Solace. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully the evening's been treating you well so far. I do have enough to pull for Bttv. I'm just letting the ad run before we get started, while I just get some of my phone stuff set up. But how's stuff on your side so far? Pupper race. Okay. You're still at work. Dude, what the fuck? It's 8 o'clock. Why are you still there? Like, how bad are the projects at the end of the year they needed you to stay? This. And the main boss on Lunatic. This happens when I take time off. I missed a few days when I couldn't move. I mean, yes, but that doesn't mean that you should stay. Does no one have the capability of doing your work in your absence? Is that the kind of system that you live in right now? 'Cause that's kind of terrifying, actually. The due dates don't change when I take time off. That is true, but like... controller. There we go. Well, yeah. Jesus. Okay. Well, that's not a good sign. Oot. Welcome to capitalism, folks. Controllers Gucci. Cool. Don't need mousekin on screen. Alrighty, so what's my brain trying to do right now? We've got Dad with us. But probably level 2 shenaniganry? We'll take a peek. Also, just to double check on... Need to remember my button combos. We've got Wasp, Sting, and Zuba right now, just that way we've got a spread. Okay. That's fine. Also, we've got goggles on Sting. Just so that way if he needs to punch someone, he just needs to be able to see. So that should help out a little bit. Well, aside from the fact that you're still at work, how are things, Solace? Because I know that's a bit of a stretch in terms of having a good time. I need the good Digimon. That's what I was doing with this, right? Let's see. And then Drac can go up to... Technically that. Besides being hungry and my brain being mush, not terrible. That's not exactly a good position to be in, Solace. Can I bring Drac with us? Plop. Oh, so that's what you had. And what can you go up to? Blue Mara, something, and Arrow. We'll just save that. Or we can go to Monodramon finally. Good job, Monodramon. And you don't have much. That's Gucci. Drac, I kind of want you up to there. What speed do I need? Oh, I need Cam, right. Can I put you on the squad? No. And by 2 points as well. That is annoying. You know what? It's worth doing. We need a Sistermon. Let's see. Digivolve Guillemon to Meramon? Actually, that does raise a question then, Solace. As I know you being at home tends to limit the amount of foodstuffs you're allowed to have. But is being at work in the bunker also have, like, no food options or food delivery options? Wasp, go back down to Fanby. Because I know... Oh, I've got Yugo's special program on you. Shite. Get back here. Let's see. Here. Digimon settings. You. Remove. There we go. Let's see. Fewer food options right now. Everywhere's closed. Oh god, I hate capitalism. Why can't businesses just be open for long periods of time? It's not even that hard. Oh, I had the Koromon in here before, didn't I? My options are basically to stop at a grocery store on the way home. Really? For, like, fast food stuff, your only option is to go to a grocery store so you can buy stuff to make yourself. That is not what fast food is supposed to be around for. Oot. Doru. Let's just get Doru up to Garuga. Buddha can go up to Peck. Really? That's very sad, Kuda. And then this level 15 Koro. Sure, you can become a toy. Because we can get you up to Gardramon Gold off of that. I think you have better defense. Yeah. That should work. XV is a champ already, so we need to go back. And this is our 100%er. Okay. What's Sting doing, actually? 78. Okay. Alrighty then. Let's go impress Dad. Hi, Dad. I will say, at the very least, I'm realizing that I'm now a little bit spoiled for choice. Just because of the fact that I have finally figured out how to use all of these skip-the-dishes-esque programs. Which makes me feel a little bit less old. But that also just kind of raises the problem of most of the food I can get off that service is not necessarily good for you. Except for maybe a wrap place that operates out of a gas station. And maybe Burger Revolution. But I'm not 100% sure on how healthy Burger Revolution is. And I'm not sure if you would have actually heard of Burger Revolution, Solace. It's like a small Canadian chain right now, but its current goal is just making more unique and premium burgers. I'm fairly certain none of them are in the States, but it did at least feature on, what is it? Guy Fieri's show, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. First I've heard of it, but I can guess what it does by the name. It does a fairly good job with at least what they have. I've mostly been tempted to try and order from them because of the fact that they have some more premium stuff. Because I haven't had a very good, like, barbecued burger with blue cheese on it in a fairly long while. Like, it'd be cool. But most places don't like having barbecue sauce and blue cheese in the same restaurant, which is a shame. Are either blue cheese or feta cheese? I'm gonna have to remember the distinctness of that. Fast food burgers are generally just a shadow of potential of a burger. Yeah. Thankfully, this place is a little bit more custom. So they do expect, from what I've seen of the, like, rumors of the store, you do have to, like, know your order when you're going in kind of situation. Or just order a burger online, which also is comparable. But it's definitely an interesting place to go to. You won't be want for choice, I believe is the proper terminology. Oh, Lala, hi. We're just gonna punch you for a little bit. Oof. And I might honestly just treat myself to them on the weekend, depending on what all happens. Since I'll have to get the tablet at some point as well. And hey, the Jasper. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully the evening is treating you well so far. Oh, I've already done this. Crap, why is Dad still following us? We're just trying to figure out what we were doing last time, because it has been a hot minute. And the fact that we don't actually have any current cases is not helping that fact very much. Dude. Hey, handsome quack. Yeah, I mean, that's normal. You like being your duck, and you're allowed to be a duck here if you want to. You don't have to be a coyote 100% of the time. Plus, being a duck gets you to be free. And you got a burp? Alright. We'll see you in a bit, Jasper. That should work. Yeah, that's pretty good. And that works out perfectly. Thank you, buddy. There we go. Alright, so this direction was a waste of time. Noted. I'm assuming we have... Yeah, we do. Okay. We could push that if we wanted to. Oh, actually, do we have speed? We have speed. We don't have speed, damn it. I have a feeling I needed data on the squad to actually get speed, which is a shame. Let's see here. So, last time we were playing this, we had to deal with coming here to the second floor to bust a crime lord. We've still got Dad with us. We got something we need to do still. Hey, Jude in chat, freshly free of school. Very nice. Congrats on leaving penal colony. Not penal colony. Not penal confinement either, is it? Welcome from your prison. Hopefully you don't have to worry about it for too much longer going forward. So does that mean you just have the 2 job projects to work on going forward now? And you can worry a little bit less about having to balance everything at the same time? Like a student, like a crazy student normally has to? Probably go outside and talk with... Oh, fudge, we needed to go somewhere. I'll just punch. At least no all-nighters now. Well, that's not technically true. They'll probably still have some all-nighters they'll need to pull. Oh, nice, we got panic. Also, did I turn animations off? I did turn animations off. Okay, that needs to change. Oot. Let's see. This. Options. There we go. That's a little better. We are streaming at least, so we can show some battle animations. Also, why is spiking strike a grass move? That shouldn't really be a grass move. Up. There we go. Now let's see where Drachmon's at. 9. One more. I think at least with my experience, even if you're just working certain job types, you'll still have some all-nighters to pull, just because, like Solace is currently experiencing, you just need to get stuff done, which is not always the simplest of solutions. I'm probably going to have to start checking the streams. Need to go there, I'm guessing. I'll probably need to start cutting some streams in December, as I was just warned today that due to a focus survey and one YouTube video that my boss found, we now need to redo all of our work during December. So that's fun. We just have to retool everything we've made for the past 6 months to fit current designs. So that's nice. But that's just work. Sometimes you just gotta get shit done. Yeah, I gotta love Dance Cat. I wonder if I could figure out a way to do like a chibi Jude version of that. Or possibly in the future, because I do need to design like a mascot-y character at some point, which I've been thinking is going to be some kind of a like cyborg polar bear thing. Because at least with the way that I usually end up getting described, bear is a word that is used occasionally. And I do like me a polar bear. And a cyborg penguin just does not work as well, I feel. You got a lurk for now, Jasper? Alright, all good. We'll talk with you a little later. Oh, there's a lot of goldies here. We'll charge to there. Take special care to not injure that pride of theirs. Yeah, I'll take a peek at designing that at some point, because I do have some idea. Hack a turn will make a route appear on the floor. Okay. Not that. Not that. Make and delete floors, I guess is that? We'll be lurking the rest of stream. Got Valorant tourney practice. Yeah, all good there, Jasper. Tourney practice is fairly important. Nice, Fanby and Evil Gear. I guess that'll be neutral. Bye-bye. Attack charge field, that is a-okay. And Solarmon, I just need you to stop. Up. But there is kind of a long list of things. Bear is a mascot for a cyber character. A cyborg bear, yeah. Because the idea is meant to be that I'm comfortable, I am cold, and I am inhuman in nature. So a cyborg polar bear kind of does fit that vibe relatively well. Alright, I gotta hack stuff. Huggable? Yeah, huggable too. Doot. There we go. Which is why a polar bear just kind of fits there. Like, if I just picked a ball, that's valid, but I do kind of want to fit the things, like all of the things that fit to me. Because at least from my experience, I make a very good person to hug. I don't know why, but people just find me as a nice person to hug. Why don't you go after the gear? Oh. That's not good. Okay, that works. Now let's see here. We got ourselves a sword. Oh! The sword scale is just Beyblade. Okay, I'm fine with that. Good job, walking sword dog. Actually appreciate having you as a Beyblade. There we go. Alright, Dracmon should be good for the Sistermon route now. We'll just get that going. Damn it. I did that already. There we go. Give me this chest, please and thank you. Now let's see. If I do that again, is that just going to reinstate the other one? It is. It's not going to reinstate this, though. I guess we have to just move over to here for now. Lurk to stare at the wall. I mean, you're allowed to lurk, Nano. It's all good. Oh. Making sure they don't notice the security's been cracked is what hacking's all about, really. If they realize we've broken in, the admins will just bump up the security. We have to make sure not to expose the back door we made on the sly. Touhou will take care of that from the outside. We should just proceed to the deepest part like this and just unlock security. If there are Digimon, the odds of the corporation employing hackers are high. And employing hackers has raised the security level noticeably. Still, why would they trust hackers that much? Do the employees think they can understand the hackers they're using? If I had to say, the fact that there are hackers means an invisible hole has opened up somewhere. That's definitely a little bit concerning. Also, voice, why are you cracking already? We're not even an hour in. We're not even half an hour in. There we go. Let me get that set up, because I forgot to hit that. Alrighty. Back to Hack City. You just gotta find the right path is all. Which apparently is this. We'll do that. Oh. Gives us a proper over-the-head visual. Okay, we'll take that. Thank you, buddy. Ooh. There's a kitty. That kitty is not going to have a very good time when I'm able to actually attack. Let's see. No. That's not helpful, my dude. I guess just get rid of one of the cats. Perfect. This will kill most of them, so that's fine. And I guess we just got the gear to take care of. Which... may as well just cut him. That is not cutting efficiently. Okay. Poor old Dracmon just hasn't had a chance to go. Ish. That's fine. Bye-bye. Here we go. Dracmon will be good and ready by the time I actually get over there. Let's see. I've got a long list I actually need to do right now, don't I? Because we've got the model, which I'd like to finish by the end of this year. We've got the Padoru stuff that I need to finish. Since having a Padoru spin would probably be better than what I currently got. I guess just electrocute the kitty. And I did at least find what I need to start working on that. But that's going to take me a bit just because I need to redo all of the lines, which is something I can do. Oh, that turn went a lot quicker than I figured it would. Didn't give me enough time to put the Padoru in the window. Get you over here. Go down a few layers. Oh, there it is. There we go. Now I got the Padoru just staring intently out the window. 'Tis the season for Padoru. Exactly. Sometimes you just gotta let the chaos reign and let it have fun. Your multi-hit? Oof. This team is not super strong yet. Drac? Drac, why are you bad at this? Destruction Cannon the cat, please? Thank you. Alright, now just stab the gear, please, and thank you. Hey there, Omega. Welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, I guess I should probably change the bttv one over the new one, shouldn't I? Whoops. Probably gonna have to go in and do that after this stream, just so that way it can stay a little bit cleaner. But welcome, welcome in, Omega. Hopefully the evening's running well for you so far. We're still on our hero's journey, trying to figure out what we can do to hack the cyberspace into giving us free ice cream. But how's stuff on your side so far? Ah, crap, it's not on this side. Hold on. Also, why is everything this combo? Up. Get rid of you. I want you to hit the gear. Cool. Makes life a lot easier for me. Perfect. And Kitty gets to go. And Kitty gets to go bye-bye. There we go. Woke up from another nap. I missed the whole evening. Hope you're well. So far things are going relatively alright. Apologies to hear that you're kind of napping through everything, but as a bonus, at least you're getting some sleep. That's not something every one of us gets anymore, sadly. Make and delete floors. Okay. That works. And I guess need to get this one on. What is this sleep thing? Is it a pickle? Well, I mean, you probably would end up getting in a pickle, depending on... There we go. Probably be in a pickle if you're getting too much sleep. But you are also in a pickle if you don't get enough sleep, so it's kind of an awkward balancing act at the end of the day. By the way, how are pickles? I'm pretty sure as a robot I'm not allowed to eat them. So it's probably something more of the human guess would be able to actually get that. Feels like the pickled cabbage. Oh no, pickled cabbage does not sound very good. Pickled cabbage just kind of sounds like you're having vinegar for dinner. Because cabbage is just water, so are pickles to some extent, but like, at least pickles have girth and that crunch. I don't know if pickled cabbage would have that same crunch. Ding. Ooh, bank expansion. That would be handy. I can't use those. Those are just automatically used. There we go. You like pickles? Certainly good to hear. Oh, right, I need to slap that one on. Brain, please. Get me over here. Doot, doot, doot. Unhack the floor real quick. There we go. Now we can get up in the middle-ish? Not the full middle, though. What did that do for us? Oh, that's a new one. I was about to say, it's been a bit, guys. We've just been fighting the cats and the gear. I guess now we've at least got a ferret and a bee. Ow. Definitely need you to go away, Noodle. Hey, nice, we cut it up into pieces. Good job, Sword Dog. Let's see. So I guess if we go up here, we might get something. Oh yeah. No, wait, we came from up there. If I hack this, maybe I can just see what I need. Hello, floors. Can't actually see that in time. So that'll get us... Oh, okay, there's two switches over there. Okay. I see it now. I'm coming, I'm coming, coming. Do-do. Follow this outside pathway. Also need to get that at some point. Don't suppose it's this. Oh. No, but we got the centerpiece we needed. I guess hack that, and that should let us get the chest. Let's just get both chests. Neat. Alrighty. Box number 1. A gem. Okay, we'll take a gem. Then we'll head over here. Oh, Pagu's here. Let's see. Welcome, welcome, Vera. And then when will we have the Digimon final battle with a hacker known as 4chan? Oh, I'd be a little bit worried if we had a hacker battle against 4chan of all people. I feel like that would just kind of end poorly for us, considering we're just a novice right now. But how are things on your side so far? We're kind of just getting in the early game of Hacker's Memory right now, so we don't quite have the chonk team that we had last time. Oops. Sleep recovery, I'll take that. What do you do? You also unhack that floor? Cool. Making my life nice and easy. Let's see. Hack that. Just hopped off from playing Foxhole, a persistent or multiplayer. Oh. See, the farm training's done. Okay. Can't say I've heard of Foxhole. Oh, god damn, it's a back. Don't like the backs. But by persistent multiplayer, does that mean there's just one match constantly going, and you just kind of hop in, hop out, trying to finish the round? Do that. Oh, it gets rid of the cats at least. And get rid of you. Perfect. At least we're getting EXP on all of you guys. Alright then. Next level. Have I played any war games now that I think about it? It's been a while. I know I used to do the story campaigns on the old Call of Duty games, and those were always just kind of fun to screw around with. Oh, that's gonna be super subtle. You can grab that box at least. Gimme. Well, it's an ongoing war. It can last up to a month. Oh god. Okay. People hop in, play, hop out, it keeps going. Like, imagine World War I, but online. That sounds hectic as all hell, but neat. I'd imagine some folks are streaming that too, so I might take a look at that later. Oh, that hurts. And then Sword Pupper? Please? Cool. Yeah, I'll have to take a peek on that one. I'm a little bit curious, because I'm used to doing old World War I gaming. Back in the hot seat, as it were. Grab you. What do you put up? Okay, I can go back and grab that. I'll gladly take the opportunity. And then we undo this one to advance further? Yep, okay. We'll take that. Then we've got you. I'm assuming for just resetting the floor on the way back. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. We'll take that. Oh, and he's gotten this one? Looks like all the accounts they bought from Mephisto are here. Okay, well glad we're finally coming to a close on that. And then... Oh, this is our creepy science bro, isn't it? Yeah. Oh no, it's not. It's just a dude in a suit with a very familiar voice. As this completely out of context thing about the game, Team 1 are all femboys and Team 2 are all furries. Not true, but that's the community lore, degenerates through and through. Well, I'd say that's a relatively good war to at least have going. That's about normal when it comes down to the internet and Twitter in general. Let's see, that way I can catch any hyenas after my money. An ounce of prevention's worth a pound of a cure. Oh boy. I'm assuming this guy has some digital mans. I guess we'll see in a sec. What would be a good other internet war to have? Because you already got femboys versus furries. You could probably have goth versus prep, couldn't you? Back to that whole argument. Oh, I've been keeping up with the Twitter shenanigans. What do you think about Elon? I think Elon is just kind of a moron, to be completely honest with you, so I haven't been keeping, like, the most on top of the drama right now. But I know that he's actively been a problem for Twitter, so that's definitely not helping very much. Kinda hoping that he does find a replacement sooner rather than later, because even though he spent a small fortune on Twitter, he's gonna be killing it shortly if he's not careful. And that's going to hurt a lot of people if he kills Twitter. Because there aren't really any platforms that could handle the offloading, I guess is the best way of phrasing it. If he does fuck things up too hard. Got what we came here for. We should just get out of here. I know. Feel like popping the guy in the mouth. I'm sorry. This bro just walks up to a battle with a gold Rapidmon? Are you kidding? Oh, it's not alone either. It's got Clockmon. Okay. How much is this gonna hurt? Oh, we're fucked. I don't think my team is able to do this yet. Oh, sweet merciful Jesus. Okay. Femboys where? I mean, what? Hey there, Holger. Welcome, welcome. There's apparently a neat little video game that had come out by the name of Foxhole, which, by the definition of the current war... Oh, that was awful. I don't have any... Do that, maybe? Oh, of course they block instant death. Well, there goes Dracmon. I wonder if I'm supposed to lose this. Because this feels like a very, very painful situation. Who's up Sting? We got a revival capsule, but not sure if getting onto Dracmon is necessarily the best thing. Change out Drac with no one because he'll die either way. Well, no, not technically. Yes, virus, but he's more weak to... Never mind. Okay, that didn't end well. Item... I don't have health sprays yet. I guess gets... Sting up? Let's see. I hate it when games have a you must lose this fight scenario. I'm just curious if this is a if you lose this scenario, to be honest. Because I feel like it should have failed us by now, just by not being able to do, like, any damage to it. Let's see here. What about defense breaking? 119. Come on, Cybermon, we gotta get this. Okay. I'll be chilling in the back while I write and draw and read and write and draw and write and then write again. That sounds about right for any creative, to be completely honest with you. Life is just pain when you need to actually make things. But yeah, best of luck. Yeah, there goes Sting. And then Dracmon gets forced out. Okay. This is starting to feel like I'm not supposed to win, or I'm supposed to win this. Oh, that's not good. That's a hell of a difficulty spike, my dude. At least he's taking most of the hits. Is this Dracmon dead? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm expected to win that. Excuse me? That's a hell of a jump. Also, it reset all my audio options mid-stage, so that's cool. Alright, and also reset all of my progress there. So we have to fight a Gold Rapidmon and 2 Clockmons? I live in Spain without the A, Beyblade probably. Oh geez, we're actually gonna have some fun with the Spain memes coming up because Pokemon's dropping tomorrow. So now we can kind of say we can live in Spain with the P this time. And I had to pause for a sec. The top article in the New York Times app is about Elon and Twitter. Yeah, Elon is doing some shit right now with Twitter, which isn't a great thing. I'm not really sure exactly what he's trying to do, mind you, but he's not doing a very good job of it. Go to toy. Yeah, don't worry, I know. Put you there for now. Trackmon, go to the thing I need to know about. Geomon, go to Growlmon. Trying to cover the money he spent and failing. Oh yeah, he's failing. He's failing super hard. And I'm not sure what he's expecting out of this. Because it's just falling. It's falling and not in a good way. I guess put you back down to Fanby for a sec. I guess I need to grind then. That's not a good thing. No. Sorry, move, drag into here. Okay. Zuba Ega's at 100, so we're good there. Did you convert on Wanya? Okay. Well, I guess if I need to grind, then... I don't have any of those yet. Let's see, it's not about the money, it's about sending a message. Oh god, I hope he's not just trying to send a message with this. He's irreversibly fucking up everything with what he's doing right now, so he very much needs to stop it. There we go. Alright, well if I need to win that battle, and we need to grind a fuckload, I guess what I need to do is, first off, go back here for one thing. I meant to go to level 2. The best place for Digimon to grind is Grinder, or so I hear. That is technically true. Sometimes you just gotta grind a little bit in Grinder and you'll be good. Under Kowloon level 2 might not actually be the greatest place. Regular Kowloon level 2 should be fine. And before I forget again, book. So we need to fight Clockmon, and I'm going to be very careful with how I say that, lest the Twitch censors think I'm talking about something else. Let's see, where is it? Because I know I made one of those in the past. Cannon Bee Cherry. Is it not an ultimate? Those are rookies. These are champions. Oh, there's Clock. Okay, so Clock is data. So we need a virus or an earth virus, like Golem, to take care of that. Or Nani. Nani could work too. I don't know, can't you just press the win button in the fight and win? I kind of wish I could, but unfortunately the game does not let us hack into the fights. So we kind of got to do that our own way, unfortunately. Maybe one of these days we'll figure out how to get the hack button in, but for now at least. That does not look nice. Wargrowl is going to be coming soon to a theater near you. Where is Gold Rapid? Because we're going to need to check that too. it is. And it's a vaccine. Okay, so that's the problem with that fight. You need earth viruses to deal with the clocks, and then you need dark data to deal with the Rapidmon? Or light vaccine, or light viruses, like Sistermon. Just so that way they don't get the element advantage. What else can we do there? I need a data type that we can get at this stage in the game. Do need that. Realize I'm gonna need that. How do I get to Platinum Suka again? Let's see, from Karamon. Alright. That's not too bad. Back to here. See if we can get ourselves Platinum piece of crap to help us with the grind session. Let's see. Would be close to that. You go back to 1, yeah? You can go up to Gold Numemon now. So I might need you on the squad so we can get a Gold Numemon going. And then we'll need a Budamon so that way we can get Platinum Sukamon going. Let's see here. Actually, no, Gold Numemon's for money. We need experience mainly. Let's see. Buka. I think Pagu can go where I need it to, right? No, but we can do that. And then Kura can go up to Suma, or Sumemon. And then Sumemon can go up to Kara, and then Kara can go up to Platinum Suka. Okay. Plan achieved. Let's see here. I can't actually add anything else onto the squad right now. That Dracmon needs to go up now that we need to build that. Fan B can go away for now. For the baby hand. And then only got 1 point. Oh well. General idea is to get him... You're really not able to get past there. Okay. There's gonna be a lot of just back and forth ability figuring out and grinding, so this will probably take us a hot minute anyways. I guess the real question is, should I grab some music for us to do that? Here we go. Battle cutscenes are still set short. There we go. Okay, but how does the teddy bear Monzemon turn into Mommy Milker's Lilithmon? Probably because they realize that you want to cuddle with both, and that is at least the connecting point between Monzemon and Lilithmon. Also, they're both technically evil, so that kinda helps the situation a little bit. Cute. See, sometimes you just gotta think about the weird connections between Digimans. And then you'll come to realize that everything is horny, and that they've designed everything with the thought of either hugging it or being sat on by it. There we go, Kuramon is up. Go back to here. Well, except Gundramon, but I don't think the implications of a Digimon made out of guns that has a gun for a dick needs any explanations whatsoever. Kuramon, up to Sumemon. Alright, that should get you up to level 13. Sumemon should be able to get up to Kara relatively easily. Leave. Alrighty, back we go. Oh, actually, I need the cam up. Oh no, I do have Dracmon in here for the cam. That's Gucci. Also, I'm just going to be doing the auto battle for now, just because it takes a little bit less brain power to do that, and since we're kind of just grinding anyways, there's only so much we can do. Oops. But that does at least make the grinding process quicker, which is nice. Otherwise, we'd have to go through too many menus to actually keep ourselves sane, which is never a good thing. Shoot. Although grinding like this is not necessarily a good thing unless I have something to talk about, does it? I guess there is a certain level of horniness when it comes down to Digimon when you think about it. Because there's a lot of Digimon that kind of end up standing in either a T-pose or a present yourself pose. And especially when it comes to the Royal Knights too, which is a little bit strange when you think about it. Because the Royal Knights are supposed to be standing up for justice and whatnot. But then you've got stuff like Gallantmon, who's just carrying his lance in the middle of nowhere, keeping it by his hip the entire time. Which I think it says a lot about him. There we go. And then just all the other Royal Knights kind of stand in T-poses where they're trying to do a cross thrust at you in the first place. Which is not exactly a good rhetoric when you have the Royal Knights going. There we go. But considering we have things like Angemon and Angewomon, or Angewo, as most people like calling her, I don't think the Digimon creators necessarily care that much about what audiences they're hitting. Also, Stingmon, you're losing SP too fast. Might be a better place to grind. What other area do we have? We have Under Kowloon level 2, and then we've got our financial institution. I'm wondering if the first level of financial institution is actually worth it. No, can't skip the cutscene. That's fine. I'm used to playing Pokemon game. Let's see, for some reason, Marimon, the Fire Digimon, I remember him as a kid being constantly portrayed with focus on his feet. I think that's more so just the animators, because Marimon is one of the few that actively shows, like, human feet. Oh, Platinum Suka is here? Or Platinum Numa is here? Alright, so how easy is it to beat this? Not very so far. I'm gonna need you to stop assaulting my small vampire child, please. Thank you. Drac, buddy, you cannot do that. Alright, that works. That should get level ups. Okay, that's a lot better EXP. We'll take that. Go. Now I just need to level up on Sting, because he's our main caster right now. Good job, bud. There we go. There's level 9. Okay. Time for the grind to begin. I think. No, okay, we're still a little bit off from that. We can at least get Karamon. But we don't have the room in our party. Game, I swear. Let's see, Digivolve Dracmon to Sistermon CL. Hey, the Haruhi. Welcome, welcome. You've just encountered us as, we've hit a bit of a challenge, or a difficulty spike, which isn't exactly a good thing, but how are things on your side so far? Let's see here. The fact that I can only do this like 3 mon at a time really hurts. Let's see here. I need data to deal with rapid gold. Your stats are indicating intelligence, so sure, we'll go with that. There we go. Things are good. How have you been? We've been alright so far. There's just a lot of work that we need to get done, which I'm not really able to give myself the time to actually get stuff done, unfortunately. I feel like I haven't been able to chime in for a bit. That's normal. We're kind of getting that end of year when stuff just gets insanely busy, whether you want it to or not, unfortunately. Oh, nice. Lunamon's getting a combo. Please be enough. Cool. I know that we're kind of just stuck in a situation right now where I need to plan out my time almost to the T just to get it actually working right and to get everything done, which is rare for me. I usually don't even have to worry about that. Oh, cool. Attack up. We'll take that. And Lunamon's actually pushing in some work here. I'm perfectly okay with that. Yep. And this is why I've turned battle animations off, otherwise we would be here for a little bit too long. Let's see, what all is there to do? Especially with the holiday season coming. I believe there's a gremlin up in that window there I need to update a little bit. I need to make sure that they can spin, which I haven't really done in the past. But this year I'll at least try to make him spin. It'll be nice too. Little gremlin up there, just haunting my dreams. Trying to make sure you take everything away from people during the holiday season. Really, that missed? It's just a Pagumon, man. You can hit that. Cool, there we go. And one more level on Caramon. Please and thank you. Looking forward to the holidays? I don't know if I am this year, not to be completely honest with you. With the past few holidays being almost moot points, just because of the pandemic and all that. There we go. It's been a little bit hard to look forward to the travel, I guess. Digivolve Caramon into level 20. Right. There we go. All I want for Christmas is a Digimon Nintendo crossover. Can't wait for Luigimon played by Chris Pratt. Oh, you are asking for far, far too much, Vera. The moment Nintendo actually acknowledges Digimon is the time when Digimon actually succeeds in a very glorious manner. I'd very much prefer if you stopped murdering my sister-mon, please and thank you. Oops. But the holidays at least should prove to be interesting. They'll have to figure out how to get to the usual gathering with the toaster and my sister unit. But shouldn't be too bad. A little bit of planning can probably make this relatively easy, but it'll have to make a fairly good difference in travel to make it a lot harder. Sound like a Jamaican accent. Stop murdering my sister-mon. Oh, Jesus, I forgot about that. But overall, at least the holidays are good for visiting family and such, so nothing wrong with that. Yep. Get all of you guys up. And I'm gonna have to get Caramon up to level 20. That sounds mildly awful. I don't have, like, EXP USBs right now, do I? I do not. That works. Let's see, I'm just relieved that I've got a lot of my Christmas shopping done already. Admittedly, it is nice when you're able to get your Christmas shopping done early, isn't it? That way you don't have to worry about the hassle of just everything being supremely busy for no good reason whatsoever. I know on my side, I wanted to double check with the rest of the family units just to see what might be some decent ideas for them. But as it turns out, none of us have done shopping yet, so that's not a good sign. Oh well, we'll figure it out in time. It's not done, but we've gotten a good chunk of it done. Yeah, that's kind of what matters the most, to be honest with you. You at least don't have to worry, like, as bad, because you've gotten the bulk of it done. There we go. And that's what's honestly going to matter the most this time around, is just being able to get stuff done. Bop. Bye-bye, kitty. There we go. I really do not like grinding on stream. What else is there to look forward to for the holiday season this time around? I guess with the holiday season back, Terry's chocolate oranges are not going to be super hard to find anymore. So that'll at least be a good change of pace. I'll be able to stock up on some of those and kind of eat those throughout the cold months. Now that the sun goes down at like 4:30. And make sure to actually have that extra energy throughout the night, just in case I need it for anything. That'll be nice. And I'm not sure if this is a question everyone can answer, since we're talking about sweets. But, do you have a favorite type of chocolate? Because I know that people do tend to have a little bit of a preference when it comes down to it, but not a universal thing anymore, which is probably a good thing. All of them. That's fair, Holger. That's fair. And milk chocolate for Liz. Okay, okay. I'll have to keep an eye out for some Hershey's bars for Liz. Welcome, by the way. Hopefully the lurk's been going well. Oh, you do exist in here. I don't have a vaccine on the squad, so... Fuck me. I really hope that doesn't persist through battle. Oh, nice, we got a cam USB off that. Let's see. Milk Chalky is the balanced good one. Probably milk chocolate, but I love all of it. Okay, so maybe I do have the right crowd of people in here then, if we're all just chocolate fiends in the first place. Dark chocolate is nice, but you can't spam eat it. I like mint chocolate. Oh, it's not going that well? Apologies to hear that, Liz. Well, hopefully the lurking can at least help you to just kind of chill for a little bit. And have you all tried ruby chocolate? It's pretty good. Ruby chocolate. It does sound good, but I can't say I've had it before. What kind of chocolate would ruby chocolate be like? Ruby chocolate is the first new type of chocolate since white was invented in 1936. I suppose ruby is kind of a good phrase to use for a new type of chocolate then. So we got favorite types of sweets covered. What about favorite types of Swedes? Unfortunately, I can't say that I have a favorite type of Swede. Isn't that good? Dark chocolate, if I had it available at all times, I'd overdose on that. Oh, you can, Holger. You just need to take a look for it. There are some companies that kind of just have a semi-standard level of chocolate production throughout the year, just to make things a little bit more interesting. And it's based from the ruby cocoa bean, hence the color in the name. Okay. So it's probably a nice red, then, to actually go along with it, or at least some reddish color. Full Stingmon got up. I can probably just... Oh, nice, we got the triple. Open pop up to you. It's a little bitter, but almost has a fruity flavor. Okay. I guess that means it got more of the natural sweetness in there, which definitely isn't too bad. Not Discord, you dork. I needed my internet browser. No, don't do that. Let's see here. Ruby chocolate. Oh, that is very pink. That's surprisingly pink, actually. It almost just looks like you dyed white chocolate red. The variant chocolate introduced in 2017. It's only a 5-year-old type of chocolate then. Huh. Cocoa butter, milk sugar, citric. Not a bad idea then. It's very good, but easy to find. That makes sense. Because if this was only introduced 5 years ago, and considering the current timeline, 5 years ago does actually mean a lot for current production. 17, 19. Almost there with Platinum Suka. There we go. I can't say I've seen any of it here, but I might be able to check some specialty stores just to actually grab some. Or it's just hidden in Walmart and I cannot find it anywhere. Which is honestly fair. Walmart's kind of a jerk to find stuff anyways. Okay. Thank you, Google Maps. I'm glad that the nearest locations are my local Walmart or in New York. That's always nice to see. I've technically found it in World Market type stores or organic specialty stores. So I guess then Walmart's international section might have it, and the deli close to me might import it. That might be a bit of an if situation though. Also, I can't digivolve you into a champion. I don't have the extra party room to have 3 champions without axing that. Oh, I hate this so much. I guess I'll just need the 3rd champion to come along when we do the main fight. And you could try Walmart. I haven't seen it there in the States, but I don't go to Walmart much. That is honestly fair. It's not always the best to support Walmart. Just in my area, it's either the Walmart that's... Oh, nice. It's the Walmart that's closest to me, or the next local grocery store is 3 times, maybe 4 times the distance away. So it's kind of my only option if I want to walk, which kind of sucks. There we go. Biggest bullshit about Walmart is that they don't sell walls. Sadly, no. I think most construction companies have a bit of a grasp on that one. Like, it'd be cool if Walmart actually had enough walls, but... Alright, so go to lab. Let's get... Let's see here. Order of operations. So Digimon, Caramon, Platinum Sukamon. You're gonna be stuck on this one for a while, Platinum Suka, so I hope you enjoy this body. Oh, I don't have to swap anyone out right now. Interesting. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't evolve Lunamon right now, but we've got Lekis. Let's see, Sting. We're kind of building you up for this. Did we get Imperial Dramon? Ooh, that defense stat is nasty, my dude. Lively. I would need a defender chip for you, I think. And then we could actually do that one too. But I kind of need the heroes this time, so Dino Beamon is not really what I want to shoot for. I guess I should probably get... No, I'll just stick with this for now. Distramon CL... I think I need to get to that. Ability 50. Jesus. Okay. That's a lot bigger. So you're gonna have to go through a lot to get there, Sistermon. Let's see. Your vaccine, which is fine since we're working on stuff. Sure. Let's just put you down to Sistermon Blanc for a second. And then we'll get Lunamon up to Lekismon for a bit, just so that way we can get some skills going. Alright. And then probably Cressmon later, when we actually get that going. Attack and Intelligence. That should be fine. The brand I've most often, though... The brand I've found most often, though, is that chocolate brand. Not sure if you're familiar with that, but yeah. Naming-wise, I'm not sure what you mean. Unless their brand name is just that chocolate brand, which isn't great for it. I'll be frank. I guess swap out with Sistermon? But I can't say I've heard of it, if that is its name. Alright, thank you, Lekis. Then Platinum... Oh! Platinum Sukamon actually did enough. Good job, buddy. Just a little boost. But it's good to have the poop monster to help you out a little bit. Goodbye, kitty. And goodbye, cat. There we go. Now what else can I build for this? Probably Stingmon is fine since he's neutral. Doot. And Stingmon does have the defense penetrating thing, so we'll grind up Stingmon until he's maxed. Then we will grind up Lekismon until they're maxed, and Sistermon CL will get maxed as well, just for the virus component. That'll probably be who we use for the upcoming fight. There we go. Or at the very least, we'll have to see. If I realized we needed to grind this hard for the next boss fight, I probably would have done some prep work. But not much we can do there. What else do we have? I guess as a side treat question, considering we're going into the holiday season, but is there any like specific holiday treat that you appreciate that you'll be getting back shortly, considering we're heading into there now? Because I know on my side, I'm always just kind of a basic bitch and like hitting my tables with chocolate to make it more tasty. So it's nice that Terry's chocolate oranges will just kind of start popping up again. Cute. But it's always good to hear what other people have, because I know that there's like family tradition meals that kind of go along relatively well with the holiday spirit. Maybe even stews, because those are just nice to have in the winter in the first place. Nice archery. Okay, we'll take that. Get rid of you. Thankfully, Platinum Sukamon is very hard to kill outside of a crit. Or defense penetration. There we go. I wonder if I should try figuring out how to make a stew this season. Because I don't actually know what I would like in one. Probably potatoes and carrots at the very least, but a beef would work out well for a stew. I don't know if it's a treat, but rice wrapped in lettuce leaf? Rice and lettuce leaf. That sounds oddly bland from my perspective. Is there like nothing else done to that? Doesn't sound like much, but it's delicious. Yeah, that's kind of just where my mind's trying to wrap around that, to be honest with you. Because you're taking a water substitute and then wrapping that around grain. Like, there is a taste there, but it's definitely not much. I never claimed it to be fancy. That is fair, yeah. That is perfectly fair. I was mostly just trying to just get some idea about why you would like that. I guess it's nostalgia. Or nostalgia could be a factor behind that. But, should be good. And that does at least sound like that's relatively easy to just kind of get going. There we go. Oh, what else could you do with that? You could actually make a half-decent vegetarian sushi like that, couldn't you? Because if you've got lettuce around rice, and then you just put cucumber and something in there, along with maybe something else that has a bit more of a sharp taste to it, that probably wouldn't be too bad as like an American fusion sushi, now I'm thinking on it. I'll have to pitch that idea to some hipster later, maybe they can do that. Air recovery. But what would I probably wouldn't mind that in the summer, actually, now I'm thinking about it. Because if it's lettuce and rice... Unless it's like a warm treat... Oh, hey, platinum. Or gold, rather. I'll take some extra funding. An attack boost. Cool, just enough. Thank you, Platinum Soup. I guess that's also a question, then. Is this a warm treat, or is this a cool treat? Because that might actually make the difference as to why I'm misunderstanding this one. Oh. Sting, come on, my dude. Using 95% accuracy moves, you shouldn't be missing. Shoot. There we go. I'll just get that out of the way. I need to take a drink anyhow. Well, they're shaped like meatballs, and it comes warm since you cook them both, but it's fine to eat it cold as well. It does sound like a half-decent, just temperature meal, then, in my head. Because if you're able to do it warm in the winter, and then have them cool in the summer, it kind of has that same kind of kick like watermelon is supposed to. We're just putting something... I don't really want to phrase it like this, but having something that is cold, moist, and dense just into your body tends to be a half-decent way for a good temperature control meal, at least. Oh, a back attack, really? Is this because I said thick and moist in the same sentence? Game, you can't listen to my over-talk like this. I'm trying to do my best here. Okay, no, we're Gucci. Ow. Oh, we've been going for an hour and a half already. Okay, well, just chatting streams do tend to go like that anyways. We are also going to hit a wall soon, because this EXP is not going to be coming fast enough at 300 per pop. Oh. Thank you, Izo, for the dice and our Porygon 2, buddy. I'm glad that still works, actually. I wasn't sure if Porygon 2 would have died at some point. There we go. And welcome, welcome, Izo. Hopefully the evening's treating you well so far. Kinda just going over holiday snacks at the moment. Yeah, free duck. You get the lucky duck. And sometimes it's just nice to get the lucky duck, because now I don't have to stop playing either. I probably should figure out some way to incorporate Porygon 2 into things, shouldn't I? This time was Porygon 2, next time Porygon 3, they do die. Thankfully, on your side, Vera, I only programmed to have Porygon 2 pop up for now. I didn't feel like subjecting a Porygon Z to more torture after what Team Galactic did to it as being completely ethically fair, coming from my perspective. And Porygon 1 is just kind of the beta program, so it's just kind of sitting in Kanto still. But I did at least steal a Porygon 2 from Johto. Or at least a few of them. Secretly, there's just a Pokemon box filled to the brim with Porygon 2s that I just have stored away for you to chuck at me. Because while I'm at least plugged in, it does make sense that you can chuck him at me. Almost, buddy. Although, something that would be interesting is if someone was able to get a Porygon 3 to Zan going. Considering we go from 2 to Z, it doesn't exactly help the poor little guy's chance of getting a little bit better along with everything. I'm just gonna get Sting up to 25. That's about the most I can think of doing for that. Oops. You do not like Platinum Soup. But, let's see, Porygon 3. How would you utilize up to Porygon 3? Because with Porygon to Porygon 2, you kind of just smoothed out all your curves a little bit and added a few extra polygons to it, which, you know, is good. Porygon had deserved a little bit of an upgrade from Gen 1, where it was just a block. But to go to 2 to 3, you can't really smooth the curves out anyway. Except if you make it technically thick. But why is it a duck, though? That's a good question, actually. I probably should look up as to why they made Porygon a duck. Because there isn't really much explanation for that, other than the fact that, like, water-drinking birds are a popular desk item, in which there were a bunch of science nerds who made Porygons, so modeling Porygon 2 at least after the water-drinking birds makes the most sense. And then since Z is just a corruption of 2, it's not really an evolution of 2. It just kind of keeps its duck theme. But then Porygon being the originator of that is the bigger question. 24. Fucking deep. Sometimes you just gotta blame it on the nerds. They do their job, they sit at their desks, they look at Pokemon and say, I want that in my computer. So they slap it together, it somehow gains sentient life, and it's Gucci. There we go. Let's see here. Auto. I wonder, actually, if in a future game, because we've been getting a lot of, like, alternate forms for certain evolutions of Pokemon lately, I'm kind of curious if they'll give us Porygon 3. Or Porygon, like, Alpha, or whatever they want to name an evolved Porygon to. Because it seems on the table now, and I'm not, like, opposed to it. I'd like to see how they design a Pokemon, or a Porygon 3. Because hell knows that the entire fan base has been craving it for a long time. But that is going to require having Porygon in games where it actually makes sense. The Virgin Porygon versus the Chad Alpha Porygon. Oh jeez, now I'm just imagining the Chad face on a duck. And I'm not sure I want that to become a reality. Although someone's probably drawn that by now, because Porygon 2 is just a bastard when it comes to competitive. There we go. But it seems plausible. Alright, there's Sting up to 25. A lot of messages. Oh. Chat? Yeah. Listen up, what is the name of the pair of the swords wielded by Greydmon? I don't know what the hell Greydmon has. The Soken Transcendent Swords? Let's see here, go to the Digilab. Let's just put Sting in the PC for now, and then we can evolve Sistermon Blanc up to Sistermon Xiao. Sistermon Blanc. Go up to Sistermon Ciel? Oh yeah, there is a upgrade to Sistermon Blanc, isn't there? Fortunately, I need Sistermon Ciel for now. Stingmon, you can go in the box, and Monochromon, I guess, can come out? You're at 45, so you're Gucci. Platinum Suka is just going to be staying as Platinum Suka for a while, because none of these are helpful. Lekis will go up to Crescent at some point. Let's see. Triceramon's technically not evil. Then you... I'm guessing this is just Sistermon Ciel Rage mode, so that's gonna be fun. Also, thank you, Holger, for the hydrate. I'm kind of losing focus on what I need to do to actually beat this fight now. A Digimon on Who Wants to Be a Digimillionaire using his phone a friend to ask for help for the big money and you wing it. Oh, that would be a little bit disastrous, but that is kind of expected when you call your Digiduck pal for trying to win money. Alright, so Sistermon Ciel can exist like that. Monochromon, I guess, can go up to Triceramon? If I put you up to Cressamon, what does that help with? That helps you with fighting... Oof. That does help you with at least fighting the Gold Rapidmon. So that might be a good idea. And then we can just get rid of Platinum Sukamon and get rid of Monochromon and then put Slap Stingmon back on. That might be our plan. Let's do that. So we need to get Lekismon up to level 30. And then its attack and int should be good by then? There's an annoying amount of planning when it comes to this. Oh, right. Stingmon is our function caller. Shite. Can't have Monochromon then. I guess I need to keep Stingmon on the squad for this. I really gotta keep mechanics in mind. Can't use Stingmon. That's 2 above what I'm allowed to have with this squad. But I need Platinum Suka. And I need Sistermon. So I need just a rookie free. Do I have that? Those are all babbies. This is not what I'm looking for. Do that. Maybe don't have Kuramon actually in the battle. So that'll at least give us 1. Them babbies are baddies. Yeah, the babies are kind of baddies at the end of the day. Because it's a little evil babby. You gotta be careful with the little babby. But we'll get them up to Kara, and then Kara can be our function caller, I think. There's my brain. I do kind of wonder if there's any of the, like, super baby Digimon that aren't just inherently evil by default. Oh, nice. Mission's open. Is that a bot, or... like... Actually a lot of people who are just kind of looking for commissions that are pushing a lot lately. It is near the holiday season, so that does make sense. But people do gotta be careful, because their approaches can very much get turned away by a general audience supremely quickly. Alright, back here. we will evolve Ura up to Sume. Now we just need to get you up one more stage and then we've got free recruiting. This was done. Oh, nice, a health spray. I actually needed that. Brain? Cool. That'll help. Actually thinking on it. I should have 2 viruses for this fight, shouldn't I? No, Stingmon is fine. Stingmon's fine. Don't second guess yourself, Jude. We've already done a massive amount of grinding already. There we go. In Digifarm, where some Digimon are more equal than others. Ooh, that's digging into some deeper territory that I don't think we need on stream. But technically, yeah, some of them Digimon are more helpful just because you need to train in certain ways to get stuff done. Well, I can finally go home. I'll probably go to bed when I get there. Yeah, that's honestly fair, Solace. The fact that you were still working this late is sad, considering you normally go to bed in 10 minutes. But be safe on your trip home, and enjoy your sleeps. We'll talk with you later. Oh, whoops, I had it on already. We'll get the fight we need. Let's see, what else is there to go over? I guess what are people's tastes in Potoru right now? Because I know it's just kind of like the Christmas meme and all. But I do know that a lot of people just trying to push for commissions for them right now too. Which I suppose isn't a bad thing. It's a good way to just kind of make money during the holiday season if people need that. A little bit more in Sunamon. And at the very least, there are enough bases to just kind of make your own if you have a little bit of artistic skill. And I'm fairly certain that there would just be puppet makers that let you put together your own Potoru. Although I'm not sure how advanced any of those would be to actually get the spin in. Having the spin is very helpful, though. Oh, nope, a little bit more. Pop. We'll take that. Yeah, exactly. Getting the spin is never the easiest one. Shoot. Policeman salary wasn't enough, so he picked up a pen, Gotham's finest drawer, known as Commish Gordon. Oh man, if Gordon was actually out there providing commissions for all the furries in Gotham, then he'd probably at least be making more money than he would than calling Batman every other day for any problems that his police department can't solve. Oh no, Summon should be good. Please give us our kiddo. No, not Lekis. Yeah, why do furries have so much money? I'm not sure. I know it's a popular meme that goes around, but it might just be that certain members of the furry community have very well-paying jobs that crush their spirit, so being able to commission themselves as something else helps. There are some that just kind of delve into various financial developments that get them rich relatively quick. So that just kind of feeds their wants to get art of themselves, which, you know, fair. The internet's good for getting art of yourself. As well as, you know, the outfits. But the outfits are fairly pricey, too. How we doing? Good. There we go. Need to get Lekismon up super quick. Also, I believe I got a couple cam IDs before, didn't I? That was good for. Combo rate 10? That should be fine. Commish Gordon, but it's Gordon Ramsay drawing furries. Oh, Jesus. No, Gordon Ramsay would probably be... What would he be in that situation? He would probably just be at the hotel bars for most of the furry cons, because they'd be able to afford his work, which isn't inherently a bad thing. I forgot that Gordon Ramsay emotes would probably just be on Twitch, whether people want them to or not. Is that a global one, or is that just on someone's channel? That is on someone's channel. Okay. For 1,000 bits. Okay. I'm definitely not up for spending bits on getting a Gordon Ramsay scream, but... There we go. God, I haven't actually watched Gordon Ramsay in a while, and I'm thinking on it. Like, his stuff is good. It's nice to watch him when he's working with people who don't just admit to being chefs in the first place. Because I get that, like, Gordon Ramsay screaming at people is at least a semi-normal trick of the trade for him. Ow. Thank you for that, Holger. I know him screaming at people is just kind of a trick of his trade right now, which is fair. He's got a good voice for just kind of yelling at people. It doesn't go too high, in terms of decibels at least. Also, what's up with that? Ah, 69 battles is too much. Okay, noted. Well, that can go away. Don't need it burning up my phone now. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Ramsay's coming and asking. It's one more syllable than you need in there, Vera. But where's the lamb sauce? How could you shorten that? Actually, all you have to do is get rid of Ramsay's asking where's the lamb sauce, I think is enough lyrics for that. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Ramsay is asking where's the lamb sauce. Yeah, there we go. Just gotta tweak it a little bit, and then you can actually get on the rhythm for it. And you get a nice pause after where's the. That helps out a lot. And then you can get together your holiday special of Ramsay yelling at his employees because they suck at their job. And I'm sure you go over the many great classics like Where's the Lamb Sauce and I'm an Idiot Sandwich. Let's see. Probably Frosty the Snowman you can get I'm an Idiot Sandwich in there somehow. But I'd have to look over the lyrics again just to see where that can sit in that just lyric list in the first place. Dude. Get rid of you. My favorite is Ramsay's teacher, Marco Pierre White. The classic lines like, I didn't make you cry, you chose to make yourself cry. Oh boy. I guess that's probably where Ramsay's gets it from then, isn't it? Not a bad idea. Definitely not a bad idea. Because if you just have a stern teacher working for you, then that's kind of what matters the most. Oh, whoops, I spammed it too much. There we go. I forgot you can turn it on, you can turn it off, but you can't cancel turning it off. There we go. That's a bit better. Man, it has... Christmas spoof songs or something I should probably look into again. Because it's been a hot minute. Because I know Grandma's Got Ran Over by a Reindeer is at least a fairly normal one. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of VTubers who are either some kind of a deer species who are able to get away with that already, or you have YouTubers who are kind of changing it around a little bit just to make it suit them a little bit better. I would have to rewrite it a lot since I'm just an Android. But we could probably make that work in some way, couldn't we? Because it wouldn't be Grandma got ran over by a reindeer at that point. But it would probably be Grandma fell into the freezer or something along those lines. What would that be? And what are the syllables that I need for that? Grandma got ran over by a reindeer. Thank you, spell check. Lyrics. Let's see here. Do 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 do. I guess it would be Grandma tripped and fell in the freezer. That would probably be a good starting line for that, wouldn't it? Grandma tripped and fell to the freezer. Walking home from grabbing her vodka. There's gotta be some way of spinning that all together, isn't there? So Grandma tripped and fell into the freezer. Walking home from grabbing her vodka. You need to not rhyme the third line, but line the fourth with the second. So you kind of do... Do 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 do. But as for me and Grandpa, we believe. That's actually a short one on the fourth there. You can say that corporate accidents happen. No, that's a bit too much. Interesting tune. Hi there, Nano. I'm just trying to think of parody Christmas songs and seeing if there's a way for the freezer to actually get it. Grandma tripped and fell into the freezer, and the android had to fight Goku. Wait, what are we talking about again? God, if I could fight Goku, I probably wouldn't be here streaming, that's for sure. I'd be able to make so much money in fighting tournaments. Like, I could stream my matches, but I wouldn't be here just... There's a heal? Okay. Yeah, I'd at least stream matches for you guys. And then we can fight Goku, have our nice preliminary round. And then we can just kind of move up from there. That would help out a good bit. Oh, nice. Good job, Lekis. Need Lekis up to level 30. This is gonna take a hot minute anyways. Dude. Consume Wawa to exercise enhanced singing voice. Thank you, Nano. Yeah, I probably should take a drink. Because I know that during work, at the very least, I do tend to just kind of keep music on for the most part. But what I have on is what I try to do my vocal exercises with. So I do try and use my voice during work at the very least. Well, now that I'm done with today's journal, I will proceed to steal Nano's art style. Olger, why are you stealing people's styles? Like, I understand why you would. Nano has a very good style in the first place. But what are you working on? Are you trying to draw Pebble? Are you trying to provide some more fan art to our lovely community? Oh, no, okay. It's gonna take a hot minute to actually get up to 30, isn't it? Here. No, I wish to create chaos. Well, chaos definitely isn't a bad thing to actually get going in the first place. Then say hello to my little friend. Wiggly TT is definitely a good addition. How easy would it be for me to actually swap in Wiggly TT over my regular Wiggly? I have to check that. How to draw a pebble. Step 1, draw Mount Rushmore. Step 2, use eraser until it's down to a pebble. Oh, Jesus. We're going the SpongeBob method of how to draw a circle, then. I'm not sure if I want to take my art lessons from SpongeBob. There's a lot of details missing in his work. Oh, boy. Getting level 30 on Lacus. I'm not sure if that's going to be possible. Oops. Technically speaking, that would work, though. Because if you take Mount Rushmore and then erase everything but, like, the hair on Lincoln's head, then you can get down to a pebble shine relatively easily. So it's probably worth trying, just so that way you can work on getting some extra lines in there. Damn it. There we go. That's better. Cyberdramon, I really just need you to hit stuff, please. Perfect. Stealing someone's art style is more of me trying to channel my favorite artist from memory of their works rather than spending time trying to master their style. Yeah, I'd say that's fair. And it's good practice as well, from at least an artist perspective. Just because that way you'll get used... God damn it. Wow. Okay. You'll at least be a little bit more used to doing fan arts in certain styles when you get down to it, if you're able to just learn the methodology. Okay. If you learn the methodology, at least, of how people get stuff done. I know that's something I have some trouble with, but I have some half-decent time at least drawing Pokemon. Not good at the shading, though. Let's see. There's a lot of matter missing from his body, too. What with all them holes. Yeah, SpongeBob, I suppose, is still an artist. But he does at least need to work on filling the holes in his art. I could copy for practice, but fuck that. Yeah, copying for practice isn't always the greatest method. When you're just trying to figure out an art style, it is usually at least a little bit better to just try and work on it yourself. Because tracing it doesn't really get it in your head as well. Tracing tends to be good for, like, posing, but not good for style learning. At least from what I've come to understand. There we go. Oh, jeez, that's a lot of moves for the cat. Sorry, cat. Yeah. Just like rotoscoping is not good for improvement. Exactly. Rotoscoping is neat, but it's not necessarily the best learning tool, unfortunately. Dude. Earth without art is eh, and art without art is just F, and I think that's beautiful. That is technically true. The world does revolve around art, whether or not you'd like it to or not. Oh. Okay, that works. No one's dying, so that's still good. I went from copying things as I see them to just copying a pose and then just letting the Lord guide me. I'm gonna get settled in bed, I'm crashing, enjoy the rest of stream. Alright, sounds good, Haruhi. Enjoy your sleeps, and we'll talk with you another time. We're just kinda having fun shooting this shit right now anyhow, so...
Goodbye.
There it is. I was wondering for a second when the bye-bye was gonna hit. But enjoy your sleeps. Hopefully the winter treats you well. I know that one of the drawing things I actually have is I've needed, well, not needed to, but a story idea that I've wanted to write for a while. I do occasional sketches on, and the idea, at least in my head so far, is doing a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon story where the main threat is going to be a primal Palkia, who is just fusing Digimon together willy-nilly to try and destroy the universe. Because there are technically Pokemon combinations that could do that. But the idea is, at least, a Natu is running for its life, and will eventually just stumble upon a Gullet at a temple, and then the adventure kind of just continue on from there. but at least for an initial story premise, it'll be interesting trying to figure out what Pokemon would work relatively good as fusions to try and act as adversaries. And as well as when time comes to actually design those, because I can't imagine fusing Pokemon together is the easiest thing in the world. But that will require a little bit of learning of the Pokemon style, just so that way things don't get too out of whack. We'll have to see how it goes. There's a lot you can do when you're trying to just merge two designs together in the first place. Oops. That girl's a Digimon? Apparently, yeah, Sister Montiel is a Digimon by name. I'm not sure why, but she is a Digimon. Stop. I probably should also get a Digimon with defense boosting skills. That might help a good bit. Digimon Maiden. That's just a person in a onesie. I mean, a lot of Digimon are kind of like that, Nano. Because when you think of things like Angemon and Angewomon, those are just kind of people in outfits. We got her name because people see her guns. It's like Sister Montiel. Yeah, the guns are definitely a little bit of a standout point on her end, but nuns with guns is a very popular trope. So it's definitely not a bad idea to just kind of have that in your back pocket when you're trying to design stuff. Oops. If we can actually get her to win again, we can actually see them, but getting her to win hasn't really been the most straightforward option. There we go. Platinum suit, got it. And may DigiGod forgive you, but I won't. Exactly. Nuns with guns is just a good concept overall. Also, I'm mildly surprised we haven't gotten across any gold Numemon in the past little while. Or at least in the past 10 minutes or so. I kind of figured we'd at least get one. There we go. They aren't the most ridiculous pistols, at least. They could be a lot thicker. There we go. Alright, I turned you off because I finished my gotcha stuffs. I actually do need to, or at least at some point, I plan on doing some character design as well. If only because a nun with a chainsaw is a character trope that I like a lot, and I would like to have that added into my repertoire at least. There we go. Why at Sistermon you don't eat a snail instead of McDonald's? I'm assuming this is going to be an Escargot joke, but I'm not really sure where it's going. Guess she doesn't like fast food. Okay, that works too. Oh, that's a good one. But Sistermon's got them legs. She could do a little bit of a run. She could shoot down Ronald McDonald if she ever needed the opportunity to. Almost up on the Lekismon Evo. Then we'll just need to grind Lekismon up. Or Cressamon up. To be ready for that. There we go. Now what are those emotes? Why don't you gun? I mean, gunfire isn't exactly going to stop me from doing what I need. Oh, just farming on one guy over and over again? Oh, because the game threw a rather ridiculous curveball at us, and I need to figure out some way of beating it. And unfortunately, this is the highest EXP yield that I'm going to be getting, which kind of sucks. Whoops. I really wish you could uncancel that. Hey. Twitchy fingers are not my fan. There we go. But they kind of threw a Mega at us already. And we're at, like, the beginning of the game still. So I'm not sure what we're going to be expecting when it comes down to the rest of the game if one of the first bosses we get is this powerful. Which is partly why it's requiring me to actually build a team for it instead of just raffle stomping my face through it like we have with the original game. But we're getting there. I like how her animal suit has emotions as well. In the Digimon world, it's not a Mega, it's a Sega. Get it right? I mean, Digimon had Mega Evolution first. At least I'm fairly certain they had Mega Evolution first. It's been a while since I remember all the cool dubisms that came to pass. There we go. Also, Platinum Sukumon's just here for the EXP boost. He gets a nice clean, like, 15% EXP boost, which is nice. There we go. If chat doesn't like the bullying, there's always the Touhou button. I'm honestly half surprised you haven't hit it at this time, Omega. Because, like, I don't mind doing the grinding, but this was unexpected, and we had to get this, like, right at the start of stream. Oh, hey, we finally ran into one again. Please give us money. There we go. Good job, Cyberdramon. Look at all that money. We'll take 4,000 yen for every defeat of those. I've got divided attention tonight, but if it helps you out. Well, at the current moment at least, it'll probably be saved for after a break. But yeah, you're allowed to hit it. I'd leave the button open on the streams where I don't necessarily mind the distraction. Shoot. Let's see here. That. And then Sistermon gets the kill. Oh no, that's the gear. Okay, that's fine. Rain, please. So 1,400, and we're getting about 350 per fight. Okay, more impossible spell card. That works. Tried to Google Touhou, ended up Googling Touhou. The internet was a mistake. For after the break. Yeah, after the break should be fine. I'd make Jude play Touhou, but he's already gone overtime yesterday. I mean, there's nothing wrong with going a little bit overtime, but now that we at least know what we're expecting with 14.3, we've got a lot to kind of just go back and finish. But considering where we are here, I'm just going to need to grind this for another few hours. So I'd rather do that while I'm, like, listening to a podcast or something. So let's do this. I'm going to take a quickie little break here. Boy. And then when we come back, we'll do a little bit of Impossible Spell Card. I think that's 14.3. For after the break, since it completely flipped the script on us. Yeah, which is a bit of a shame, really. I do like Digimon, and there wasn't really difficulty walls like this in Cyber Sleuth, but I guess there's just some stuff in Hacker's Memory I'll have to keep an eye out for going forward. But I'll be back. Make sure to grab a drink, Colin. Please take care of yourselves.
General Amiga gifted a tier 1 sub to Holtware _.
Alrighty then. Hello there. Don't mind me. I just needed to do some personal care stuff. Get out of that, just so that way the computer doesn't explode. Alrighty, now let's see here. We were doing some spell cards. Yeah. Wanted to play some good old-fashioned Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's just get that going first. There. Okay. Should be good. Gotta wait for it to actually pop up on stream. There we go. Perfect. Alrighty then. So to properly reply to it, thank you very much, Omega, for shoving Holger in the freezer for another month. Always good to have another body in there. Now let's take a peek of what we needed to do here. So all of day one has been done itemless. We have not done the two-headed dragon itemless, though. Let's see how the doll works for that. Ah, fudge. You can probably do that itemless. Hold on. Wide shot might not be what we need, but I'm gonna try it anyways. Nope. Needed to go down. Nope. Needed to go up a little. But the general idea with the item list is that you want to do this without using your main item at all. Let's try changing the sub, because Y doesn't really seem to be needed here. Increases unfocused movement speed is not needed. Nullifying a death probably wouldn't be too bad. Let's see. How do we do that? So we mainly just gotta hit her. We don't really need the super wide shot to do that. Most of the time, at least. Oops. Nope. We just gotta find the right pattern of actually moving Sucky Bonky's heads for this, just so that way it doesn't get super out of hand. Nope. A little bit too close to Seki. Okay. So down here, that way they go up and wild. Whoops. So down. Oh, no, I actually had that right this time. Okay. So you start by going down. That'll fool them into going up, which gives you that much of a window to kind of move them to where you need. That's not good. Oh, you can technically destroy her heads, can't you? Yeah, that one was a bit of a wash. I let that get a little bit too outside of my control. But if you can find the right movements for where to put her heads, you're good. Oops. Let's try this here. So stay down here at first. Alright, Brain. Stay down there at first. You're trying not to get sandwiched. Oh. You guys actually just chased me that time. Okay. That's fine. Oh. Nope, that didn't do what I wanted. Ah, fudge. Right, the tails come back at you. It's like an angry dog who's trying to just wag its tail for the fun. But no, that dog will hit you in the balls if you're not careful. So make sure you're taking care of your puppers. Oh. No, we are super out of it now. Need to be hitting her most of the time for this to work. There we go. Ah, darn. That was close. Then I needed to move up to just dodge that. Let's see here. Oh, no, not quite. Smaller hitbox may not be enough. Right, butt wiggle. One death might actually help, but I'm not sure if that counts as an item use. Oh. Let's just try that. Because it's still technically using an item, but does the sub count? Oh, right, one. And I am a little curious if you can destroy her heads at all. Because that might help us a little bit in figuring this out. Oh. Nope, that's not what you want, Jude. Right here. Except now we are completely boxed in. Okay. Not what you want. There we go. Oh. That was the right idea. Let's see if we can get it. Nope. I need you guys to come across at me a lot lower than that. There we go. Like that. Oh, that's not what I want. Just realized, stream category. Oh yeah, I probably should change that over to Touhou Project, shouldn't I? I guess this is still technically hacking, isn't it? I just need to hack the game mechanics to actually work in my favor. That's not good. Needed to move down. Okay. Touhou Project. Doot. Doot. There, let's see here. Admittedly, if one of the items actually just let you do more damage, that might actually be funnier. Nope. Let's see here. Oh, that's not what I wanted either. Gonna down super far. Cross them up early. Oh. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that did not work out well in our favor. I wonder how close we're getting, actually, because I'm not paying the most attention to that. Nope. Nope. I think we're down to half there. Then go down. Nope. Hitbox isn't small. Nope. Maybe smaller hitbox is going to be what we need at the end of this. Oh god, yeah, we're not getting him out of there. Hi. Welcome to the shit show. Oh boy. I don't know if I can keep them crisscrossing in there. I had a singular pixel of movement. Let's see. Come on, Seki. This seems possible. I just need, like, a few good rotations of this pattern. Not this, though. There we go. This isn't gonna be enough, is it? Oh, that was close. Oh, we're back to Touhou. Yeah, we're back onto our foot fetishes. But welcome back, Nano. Hopefully your food went well. Or whatever else you had going on. Damn it. We're trying to do this one itemless just because I'm mildly curious as to whether or not that's plausible. Oops. That wasn't a good start, Jude. Yep. Need to move down. Ah, very nice. Some foods. What kind of foods did you get to enjoy? There we go. We get 3 off there. Whoops. Now, Seki Banki is definitely being a little bit rude. For having multiple heads at least, she's not making it very easy for the player to just kind of shoot them down in the first place. Dude, close. Meat poached. Poached? What do you mean by poached, exactly? Nope. Nope. I need to get across here. Oh, fudge. I think there's a different name. One sec. Alright, sounds good. Oh boy. Oh, I was fine right there. Caramelized pork and eggs. That sounds good, actually. Because pork in and of itself tends to just be a good meat to use for most dishes. Damn it, the tap. Hey. Meat hunted on the king's land. Risky business. I mean... Oh. Well, that's not gonna work. And of course I die there anyways because of contact. Sometimes it's good to just get the good quality meats. that's just kind of what life is all about at the end of the day. Just making sure you have the best, damn it, quality meats to work up with. Who are we shooting at this time? Currently we're working on Sekibonki, who is the Dualahan character. But she's a Dualahan in a way where she's able to, like, spawn multiple of her heads at any given time. But we're just gonna die here. There we go. I'm not sure if she's technically classified as a Dualahan, but she is a spirit creature that can lose her head, so it's about the closest we're going to be getting anytime soon. Oh, nice. Come on. Got it. Okay, so that does not count as using an... or that does count as using an item if you actually take the death. Good to know. So that then? We just have to do it and not die, I guess? Which is a tall order. Or we can just attempt to do this with items naturally and not try and screw up too much. Nope. Dude, you gotta go with the mentality of not using your items. Smaller hitbox might help us, though. Depending on how we do this. Nope. I need you guys to split real early. Like that. Let's see. No. I got a little bit too left out there. Okay. You are tricky little bastards, aren't you? Ah, fudge. I actually had the pattern there. Okay, hold on. I think I can get this. So we get that there. Oop, no. We need to be, like, in the middle there. Otherwise, we're just gonna get boxed out again. You'll notice that we just can't hit her anymore, unfortunately. Yeah, there it goes. We gotta stay, like, nice and in the middle and just thread these two heads into making a path for us. Nope. Went up a little bit too soon. There we go. They way down here. Nope, that's close though. We follow it down. Ah, darn it. I know the methodology game. I can do it if you just let me. No. Could have survived it there, but we wouldn't have had enough actual damage to finish it from there, so that's fine. Alright, there we go. We get 3 healthy ones on there. Ah, fudge. Actually need to move up and to the right a little bit. That would have dogged our system a little bit. Okay. Go down here. Get cucked. If you have detachable heads and you're hungry, is it better to eat through your mouths or your neck holes? Oh wow, you guys did not like that one. I think for the Dualahan experience, you do still need to eat through your mouth, because your neck doesn't function the same way anymore. That's pushing it a little bit. Ah, fuck. But I'm pretty sure you still need to eat through your mouth hole, because your neck hole just exists as like a trans-dimensional portal effect. So that's bad. And that's not necessarily good for you. To try and shove things in there, because they kind of just get burned up into the afterlife, which isn't really a great excuse. There we go. Ah, darn it. That was actually going well. Get as much early damage as you can. Okay, we'll take that. This is bad for me, I think. Oh, we were close. Using your neck wouldn't be giving any flavor of the food, but I guess if you're super hungry, you have to. Yeah, neck holes equals theoretical physics. That is basically what the idea for a Dualahan is. It's just kind of a astral connection between the head and the neck, which doesn't necessarily... Come on, Jude, you had the pattern. It's not like a solid connection for it to actually work most of the time. It does create some interesting opportunities, though. Ah. There we go. Let's see. I think I may have made my most blurst solace ever. Oh no. What have you done to our poor fire mage while he's on his trip home from work? He doesn't deserve these things, Holger. He's already had enough trouble just making his own dinner. There we go. There we go. Follow it down. Ooh, that didn't work at all. Alright, Sekibonki heads. We had some consistency there for a bit. Nope. So yesterday I requested Solace doodle a fashion model version of himself, and I have done that myself right now. Oh dear. We are going to get some cursed Solace stuff then, aren't we? Oh! A little bit to the left. Okay. There we go. This is bad. Oh, the tail bump. Ugh. We actually had it too. I just forgot about the tail bump. Nope. Nope. Go here. Here we go. Get nice and snug in there. Damn it. Nice and snug and tempt them, Jude. You can do this. Nope. There we go. Wait. Oh, you guys did not even want me to get me go for that. Okay. This isn't a good connection point. Damn it. There. Ooh, what is that start? This isn't good. Yeah, I couldn't survive there. Worth a shot, though. There. That's the pattern we want to see. That is not the crosshatch we want to see, though. Oh. This is a battle of greed, I feel. Because you almost have to play chicken with this. This isn't good. Oh. Silly tail. Here. Nope. I've shared the blurst solace. Oh no. Well, I'll have to check it after we're done stream at least, but... Come on, Seki. Can't be my holding of shift. Nope. Yeah, I'll have to take a peek after we're done stream, just because the Touhou stuff does usually require a little bit more concentration, unfortunately. Oh. Come on, Jude, you can get this. It's just a girl who's throwing 2 of her heads at you. You can handle this. Ooh, that's bad. Yeah, I was about to say, that was awful, Jude. You gotta get in between those two, not beside them. It's sweet here. I actually had a position there, but probably not enough. Let's try this. If I stand still, can they hit me? Yes. Okay. We gotta tempt those heads out, which is fair. Oh, okay, that's good. That wasn't. Eesh. Seki Bonky, we had a pattern going, girl. Why do you do this to us? Your art. I mean, that's not entirely blurst, Holger. I'm sure Solace likes being that strong. It would probably help him out right now, actually. Well, I guess it's time for Blurst Jude. Well, enjoy blursing me. You've got options at the very least. That should work. Oh. Come on, Seki Bonky. Live models right in front of you, Holger. Yeah, exactly. I'm moving around and everything, so you've got reference colors too if you feel like trying to test that out. Well, no. Gotta play chicken with this, right? Oh, really? Come on, Seki Bonky. I love you, girl, but can't keep doing me dirty like this. Nope. Got the live model feed and some references I yanked. Yeah, there you go, Holger. You got plenty to work with. I expect this on my desk by Thursday. No. Being mean, Sekibanki. I know what the itemless pattern is. Just tempting the heads is not something I have mapped out yet. Oh, the butt bump. God, the butt bump. You are not being helpful. There we go. There we go. That tempts them to leave me alone. That's probably not great. There was an opening, though. Nope. Gotta get them going wide. That is not what I mean by wide, Jude. There we go. There we go. There's Sekibanki itemless. Cool. Substitutes are leveled up. Invulnerability period has increased. Cool. So that means Bloodthirsty Yin Yang Orb is done. Hammer's still level 2, the Fabric's level 5, Ghostly with Minotaur's Mask, Substitute is 4, Gap Holding's 4, 4-foot, Curse Decoy, Tengu. Okay, we're getting there. Oh. Give up. Yes, give up. We did this item list. We don't need to do this again. Let's see. We would do Pupper item list? Wide shot might actually be the answer on this one, to be honest with you. Because there's a lot of instances where it's dodgeable, but you just don't have chances to shoot her. So let's try wide shot for now. Then we go over here. Then we go up here. Nope. That was a bit of a misplay. Yeah, Doge with guns. Doge with guns is one of the most dangerous things, because we spent forever trying to figure out item lists on this. But if the passives help us, then that might actually change things up a little bit. Then we need to go over here, where we can wait here and then go up, and then dodge this. And then we can go over here, and we kind of have to go over here, but then there's just a wall of bullcrap. Which is why I'm wondering if that would help at all during that. There we go. So then we go up here, dodge this way. Then we go here and dodge this way. No, that's still right on top of it. And yeah, the Touhou music is usually very, very nice. Zun, at the very least, the consistency of his music production is just fantastic. There we go. Then we go up here. Dodge that. Then what do we do here? Is there a gap I can exploit? Jude, you almost failed that section. Alright, and then we can stay on the bottom here. Then we go up here, but then what do we do past that? Because everywhere on here... Oh, hey, we got it. Ugh. Oh, God. Okay, so there is a way of actually dodging that with a slightly smaller hitbox. Okay, there's a belief now. We just gotta get enough damage on her for it to matter. Then we go up here. And then we go up top here? I don't know how that works, but sure, I guess? Ah, crap. It's close, though. If we can get past that third phase, then we're good. Or the fourth phase, rather. There we go. Oh, whoops. That's not enough, Jude. And up here. And then we do the same thing here. And then just run up top. And then we just gotta get in between that wave there, and we're good. Here. Up here. Then go down here. Get a sneaky hit in, and then go up there. Oops. There we go. Here. Get another sneaky one in there. There might be a path on the bottom, actually, now that I'm thinking on it. Because if our main goal is just to get through a tiny-ass gap, the double bullet layer might actually line up in a way. There we go. Go up here. Then follow this line down, doing as much damage as possible. Like that. And then we just need to basically avoid the line coming back at us. That might be a little bit more consistent. Oops. That would also let us get more damage in, technically. Yep. Okay, no, that is not what we want to do. Miss Puppy, I know you need to clean up the temple and all, but I'm trying to shoot you. Please give me my windows, please. That's the only thing you're not cleaning very well. Damn it. Go around the window. Follow the puppy as she cleans. Get in here. Damn. Olger just trying to get me to shake a little bit. Are you actually seeing the movements, Olger? And the fact that I need to dodge just a little bit differently? There we go. I am so glad that that's a safe zone to shoot from. Here. Nope. I gotta hit the right moment for that. And I'm definitely not getting it. Yep. Get a few extra shots in there. Two. No. Go around the daisy. Shoot a little puppy. Here. Nope. Too close. Oh, there's kind of a hole there, too. I just gotta pay attention to that third phase a little bit, just so that way we can actually get, like, the best possible gap, because we only need one. We only realistically need to survive one phase of that. And as long as we actually ace the other halves, which we're kind of pushing it on that front. Nope. Maybe it's on the upper path? Maybe. Oh, body bump. We can't touch the doggo. Unfortunately, Impossible Spell Card is not a game where you can pet the doggo. You're going to have to keep that in mind for going in it with that expectation. There we go. It gives us a healthy amount. Let's see here. Oh no, I died to the first one. Come on, Jude. You can't die to the very first wave of it. Yep. And here. Oh, whoops. Brain, I kind of need you to work for me here. We're doing a little bit more of an intensive situation. We can't have you slacking. Down and run. And run. I swear, there has to be a hole in that line somewhere. I almost feel like I need to just screenshot that area when that's happening, just so that way I can get a good look at where the hole is. Which, out of context lines of the day, where it's going to be very obvious when we're playing Touhou, because you've got to worry about holes a lot in the dodge patterns. Good. Here. Nope. Go here. Go here. Over here for the dodge fest. There it is. Ah, fudge nugget. Out of context. Yeah, out of context lines are always just fun at the end of the day. There we go. You get a little bit extra damage in for that last bit. Oh, right, maybe up here. Oh, damn it. Come on, Jude, you can get this. There. Go up here. No. Go up here. Little extra damage in, because we're cheeky like that. And here. Same thing. No. We'll get it again. I swear, we'll get this pupper item list now that I know that it's possible. But I'm not sure if the wide range would help. That's the thing. Because wide range really only gives us a couple extra bullets on screen, and I'm not sure if that's enough. Nope. Smaller hitbox, more likely. But very big old strange wide range may not be the best. There we go. Go up here. Go up here. Okay. Damn. Okay. Curious what the wiki says on the no strat. What day stage is this? I think this is day 2, stage 3. I'm not sure if you have that readily, available or not. I kind of forgot to bookmark it last time. Oops. That was fine. That one I didn't do enough damage anyways. There we go. Thank you. Up here. Nope. Let's see here. Second day? Yeah, so it's second day, stage 1. Let's see here. When reflection starts, you can either exit on the right side or dodge through one wall and exit on the left. If exiting on the right, prepare to dodge wall after reflection ends. If exiting on the left side, circle around the top and dodge through one wall while the reflection ends, having cleared it left, left, right. I have cleared it left, left, right. Huh. Not sure if I understand that just yet. dodge over the top one? You mean like up here? How are you supposed to dodge that? Oh, whoops. This is a little bit of a problem when it at least comes to Touhou explanations. If you do it in words, it doesn't click in my brain at all. Shoot. Here. Ah, crap. Okay. Maybe I just need to dodge up there earlier? Question mark? Oh, not that. Go here. Up and over the pupper. Unless it is expecting me to, like, be down on the left side off the top half of this. Because that seems a little bit silly. Here. Yeah, that was a wall. That makes sense. There. 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 Oh. Would that work, though? Hold on. Thought occurs. I might be seeing what she means now. Or what they mean now. Because you could do that, technically. But that gives you that nonsense to deal on the first wave. But on the second wave, that might be a little bit better for us. Let's try that. So we do this. And then when we go down for this... Oh. No, that's definitely not what it wants. Thought there was a singular line on the second page I could go over. Oh, hey there, Mitchie. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you and your little ghosty pals are doing alright today. To anyone on Mitchie's side who's not usually in the freezer, my name is Jude, your Judicial Utility Droid Mark III, here to provide you with a relatively comfy time while we're going through some gaming stuffs. Today we were doing Digimon a little bit earlier, but now we're working on some Touhou 14.3 with Impossible Spell Card. Oh, whoops. Shout out. Yeah, wow, there's actually someone who just has the name Mitch. Okay, good to know. Shout out Mitch. Do it that way. There we go. And then shout. Whoops. Shout out Mitch. There we go. Oh, it does actually show the full box for me. Okay, that works. And you were doing some Minecrafty stuff. Very nice. What were you getting done in Minecraft today? And welcome in, Sarah. Hopefully the evening's running well on your side, too. We're currently trying to no-item a dog. You're enjoying that clip? It's always nice when the funny clips just kind of end up popping up in the first place. I'll say, hey, this squid. Welcome on in. Hopefully you don't have to worry about being a little bit too salty, at least for the moment. Yeah, how are things in Minecrafty land? Were you able to get some stuff done? Ooh, we've not done nearly enough damage. Nope. I'm doing well, got home early and just waiting on Pokemon now. Oh yeah, right, Scarlet and Violet is tomorrow, so people's orders are probably coming in. Ah. And thank you for the hydrate there, Squid. And then just exploring my own world, trying to befriend a fox and failing. Ooh, I haven't actually been playing much since the foxes were introduced, now that I'm thinking on it. I'm assuming it's not the exact same as cats, so you don't really chuck fish at them until they're your friend, right? At least I would assume there's something else you need to do for that. Yeah, welcome in Spoon as well. Hopefully the evening is running well on your side. Well, we're trying to shoot down a little pupper of our own, at least. And then today on Minecraft, Michi has a criminal. Uh-oh. Being a criminal is not great. And was attacked by Smokey the Bear for starting a forest fire. Oh no. I did not start the fire. I don't know, Michi. That's your chat members that are calling you out on it. That must be correct. I guess the real question is, did you get a clip of it for proof of evidence on Twitter, so that way all the other VTubers can call Michi out on their pyromania? Let's see here. Nope. That bear did really like you. Hey, I mean, bears are cuddly. And Michi is quite cuddly. So they probably just wanted to amplify the cuddleness of it all. Probably should pay attention while I'm doing Touhou. This game's a little bit silly. There we go. Go here. Here. Damn. A polar bear stalked you? Oh, that's not good. Were you trying to, like, go through the taiga then? If a polar bear was able to get a hold of you? Oops. There we go. Nah, just keep playing and shooting. It'll all work out. Eventually, at least, yeah. Oh, no, we're missing our DPS check on that one. That's fine. Gotta be a little bit careful while you're doing this, unfortunately. Here. Shoot them down. Run for your life. Oh. A little bit too much juice there, Jude. Try again. But if you're just trying to explore your own world, then you got any fun little plans with that land? There you go. Because I know Minecraft is just kind of a hodgepodge of ideas at the end of the day. So as long as you're able to get stuff done, that is kind of what matters the most. Oh. Would that work? Hold on. Build a castle eventually. Hey, I mean, once Michi Castle is done, then you'll have the proper dungeons to lock up all the horny people. So that'll work out pretty well. Here. Go here. Follow the trail down, even though it looks like Suicide Run. Then go up here. And then on this side, do that instead. But then how do you survive that? That's the question I got. Boy, Spoon will def be in jail. Well, you better be careful, Spoon. You've been called out on it now. Oops. Go here. Let's see. Might be better to just go underneath it instead of trying to cut the gap. I'll have to try that when we get back to third phase. This one is awkward to do. To roughly explain what I'm trying to do, if you see in the bottom right there, you'll notice that I've got a couple of items there. One with a number and one that's just kind of sitting there for now. With this game, it gives you items to try and make these fights a little bit easier, which I'm definitely not making it look easy right now, but there is a challenge type where you're supposed to be doing the fights without using your item at all, and that way it'll kind of just clear a check mark for you for every single item in the game instead. So there's a bit of an advantage to trying to do this the hard way, and I'm just trying to figure out what the best way of doing that would be. There we go. Then... no. I'm gonna have to go super hard on that. Okay. And we're kind of just trying to slowly piece together what the best methodology is. We're just trying to hammer this out, because it is awkward, to say the least. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to go down. That's probably not going to be enough shots. Go down here. Dodge through that. Ah, crap. It was only a small fire and only that one time. I mean, one fire is still enough to get Smokey the Bear called on you. So you always got to be a little bit careful on that front. There. And follow this down. Then go up. And then with this one, go down, dodge out of the way of that, dodge out of the way of that, and then follow that up. Oh! Okay, that might work. So the idea of doing a Blurst Jude was too much effort for the time of the night, so I played nice. Okay, that's fair, Holger. Sometimes doing Blurst is just a little bit difficult anyways. But thanks for the attempt. At least on the Blurst side of things. We'll be grabbing my usual cup of tea. That is perfectly understandable, Mitchie. Streaming always eats your voice anyways, so as long as you're taking care of yourself, that is what matters the most. Oh, whoops. Forgot to press down there. Yeah, I think we've got the methodology we need for taking down the pupper. We just kind of need to execute on it now. So what the general idea is that you kind of just wait on the first phase on the right side. Second phase, you can kind of dance around the bottom for a little bit, but then once the bouncing stops, you need to be up top to just get through that wall. On third phase, you need to shoot as much as you can, get through that side wall, and then bounce through it again to dash up and around the curve. That's at least the general... Oh wow, it is a blizzard outside right now. Okay, welcome to November in Canada. Sometimes it just snows like crazy, even though it was hot enough for it to not actually last before. Okay. I'm fine with that. There we go. Go up here. And then third phase, we shoot as much as possible. Try and dodge out of the way of that. Dodge out of the way of that. There we go. God, that's taken us forever, and I hate that stage so much. Alright, so the Cursed Doll levels up now, so that's Gucci. Cool, so day 2, day 1, or scene 1 is now itemless, so that's good. Which one is this? This is the Seki Bonky Trace scene? How would I do that without an item? Increases unfocused move speed. Always active when equipped. Unfocused move speed doesn't seem to be useful. Widens the range of your shots. I might need to do a lot of dirty dancing with this one. I'll have to see. Wide might actually work, because I forgot this thing actually moves at your speed. Here, wide shot. Do-do-do. Oh yeah. Right, I forgot about that section. This is why we want small. We got some easy shots in here. Then we just kind of dance around like this. Ooh. I just gotta be careful. Try not to draw Among Us, Jude. We are not that cringe here. Dude. Okay. I really gotta figure out a way to make just a wall to dodge through. Because I think if I can get past one phase of this, we're good. What'd be really funny is an item that just makes the boss's hitboxes bigger. That would actually make the game a lot easier if there was an item that did that. Now I'm thinking on it. Oh, gotta stay close. Unfocused movement is actually kind of important here. Whoops. Because now, we can dash around her like this and keep all the bullets in one place. So that way there's more likely chance of there being a hole available later. Like that, kind of, but this one's gonna be tricky. I wonder what the significance of shooting her head is, though. Nope. Oh, right. Also, you can't bump into your bosses either. That's part of what makes this a little bit tricky. Oops. There we go. Let's see. So nice and chilling here, but it's time for me to drift away into Morpheus's realm of dreams. Now, why would you want to hang with Morpheus when you could hang with Jude? But completely understandable, Holger. Enjoy your sleeps, and we'll talk with you a little bit later. I'm hoping to get this one done itemless by the time we finish, because we've got like half an hour left, roughly. But I don't see a way of really sacrificing ourselves for that. Don't even think about focusing her head. Her head will hit you. Move in small circles as to get the bullets into the smallest possible area. When the bullets start moving, it's easiest to just clear them with the camera. Follow the route in the screenshot. You'll encounter less bullets to dodge. Use the doll to sub-skill to help land hits from further away. Interesting. Yeah, enjoy your evening, Holger, and enjoy your sleep. Use the doll? Whoops. Do. Ooh, boy. Did I read that right? I need to do tighter circles. Okay, noted. Doing tighter circles on keyboard is a little bit awkward, game. You okay? Nope. You too many, but I think I understand the methodology. Oh. Whoops. And then he's the Greek god of dreams, so hopefully he plays nice. I mean, the Greek gods are always a little bit awkward to trust at the end of the day. That's really the strategy that you use for no item clear. Okay, game. Oops. So go straight down. I cannot exactly believe that this is the methodology they use to get a no item clear, but okay. Whoops. Body bumped hurt. Nope. There is technically a hole. Okay, I guess this is just something I'll have to semi-master down to the... Whoops. Already messed it up. That's fine. Oops. They're trying to get the head to use as much little space as possible with each pass. Yeah, that's kind of the issue that I'm trying to figure out. Because, like, you have to just do very tight turns for this. And almost play chicken with the thing. And I guess that's what you're supposed to do. Damn it. Okay, I can see the methodology now. That is an awkward one, though. So go all the way down, move to the right. Damn it. Too sharp. Yeah, a little bit too sharp of a turn there. We gotta make sure to follow that ideal. Nope. Gotta follow that idea multiple times, too, because you basically have a chance to shoot her while she's launching the head. Nope. That was so clean, too. Yeah, that's the issue. I just gotta actually nail that now, because I basically have to do that 2 or 3 times. Damn. There's one. There's two. Okay, got it. Oh, nice. The replica's leveled up. I guess its number of uses up, too. That's nice. Next. Alright, so that is... Oh, yeah, that's about the image, too. Scene 3, we already did item list because I was a madman before. Do beams or romance come from her eyes? What? What even is this stage? 4. No item clear. Her bullets are aimed. Start beside her rightmost head, and work your way below to the left. The dull sub-skill helps, dealing more damage overall. Alternatively, it is possible to circle above her instead and avoid all the lasers while killing the heads one by one using much the same strategy. That's a long strategy. Start beside her rightmost head and work your way below to the left. The dull sub-skill helps because you get your wider range. Alright, we'll try it. Oh. That was definitely not it. Shoot. So go here. Oh, right. So start here. This is probably death? Yep. So start here, and then follow over to the left head. Start by left head, go over to right head, and just keep bouncing. Okay, I can see that. That is an annoying way to do it, but I suppose it could be a lot worse. Nope. That was close, but not quite. Gotta clean it up a little bit. Oop. Nope. Wait here. Not a mistake. Okay. Alright, that one's dead. A lot of them are dead. Oh. No, I got greedy. There we go. Wow, that one didn't take that long at all. I'm very, very sorry for that, Seki Donkey. That one was actually a lot easier than the first couple rounds you had. Alrighty, so that's a few more damageless. Now I just gotta do this damageless. Dang, she's really gave you shite this time. I don't really want to fill in the blank, but the thought was irresistible. Oh, that. Okay. Yeah. She definitely gives you a few targets to work with going into that one, which is definitely completely understandable. Her main power is kind of just to take off her head and try and get away with whatever nonsense she can get away with. Stream very slowly to change direction, make a wide dash, and immediately move back to the original location while switching directions. The stream itself is a multiple of reflections from below. What? Oh, right, mad dash. Camera then? So that way we can have the movement speed up? Okay, I can see it. Definitely a little tricksy, though. Oh. There we go. That's a little bit too hectic. No? Okay. So the idea is that the stream is super slow, but what in the world do you want from me here? Ah, darn it, the bounce. Alright, brain. Gonna need you to figure this one out. Oops. What do you want me to do here, game? I might need to reread that again, because I'm not sure I'm understanding instructions. Shoot. And again, it's the pupper. Why is the pupper giving us the hardest time? She's like the most innocent character in the Touhou cast. Hold on, I'm rereading that. Stream very slowly. To change direction, make a wide dash, and then immediately move back to the original location. The difficult part is then you have to dodge 2 waves while switching directions, the stream itself and multiple reflections. So then... do this. And then to change directions, I need to sweep up and then back down so I can make the mad dash across the line. Not sure why I thought that was going to work. Nope. There. Here. That didn't work very well in my favor. Nope. Maybe? Maybe having smaller hitbox helps here? Because that way you can avoid more of the curve. But then I need to get up to here and then dodge back down. This is one that may need a visual example just to explain it a little better. Because I can understand the idea, but timing definitely matters a lot. Alternatively, we could just try beating this with other items. But we've done a relatively good job of just doing all of these item lists up to this point. Unfortunately, doing with the Tanuki doll does not help us very much there. Eesh. Go here. Try and dodge everything you can. Alright, so go up then. And then... What the fuck nugget do you do with that game? Because she's just firing a stream of cards at you. How am I supposed to dodge that? Unless you're just constantly doing that. I'm not sure if this would help you at all. Oh, whoops. Change equipment and retry. If that's the case, maybe the camera does have some use here. Because you'll be zooming back and forth without exact repercussions, but that's just chancing it at that rate, which is not good for you. Nope. Nope. I broke it. I'm wondering if doing a figure 8 pattern would help at all. And to see if their hole would develop in her shot pattern anywhere. Oops. But then you don't have enough time to shoot her, because this is a surprisingly short stage. Oops. Ah, fudge. Oops. Oh, no, don't body bump the pupper. That's not going to help you very much, Jude. Oh. Let's see here. Can I just in and out dash her? To create an unnecessary line, which doesn't really do much to protect her. Possibly, but I need to not linger on the sides. If you're gonna do this, you kind of need to do this properly. Like so. Oops. Come on, Pepper. Give me the strategy I'm thinking of. Nope. Eesh. Yeah, that might just be putting too many bullets in awkward places, because this is just RNG at that rate. And I'm just making far too many walls for myself. Nope. Oh, this is actually stream endpoint, too. Alright, well, note to self, Impossible Spell Card is just kind of a game I can turn my brain off to, in terms of just the space-time continuum, at least. Because every time we do this, I seem to just lose track of whatever time zone we're working on in the first place. Yep. And I'd have to look into this one, because I haven't the faintest goddamn clue about what you're supposed to do with that. I might just look up a video for this one at some point, just to see how that's done. But aside from that, that's about all I can do. Jesus, it is really coming down out there. Kinda glad I don't have to drive into work. But I do want to thank everybody for stopping by. And thank you again to Omega for shoving Holger in freezer. And thank you to Mitchie for the raid, and for everybody for dropping by. Usual stream schedule tomorrow will be Pokemon. Whether I have to download it or buy physical copies. We'll be playing our little VTuber challenge, where we'll only have to use 3 types in a Nuzlocke, which for us will end up being Ice, Steel, and Ghost. So we should have enough options there. And then Saturday is going to be Art, which I ordered a new tablet. It's possibly going to be here tomorrow, so I might have a new tablet for that, which can be very good or be very bad. We'll have to see. But let's try and find somebody to raid here, just so I don't get too focused on the details. Oh, nice, -4. That'll explain why the snow's actually staying. Let's see here. Oh, hey there, Frank. Oh, I won't be going to bed just yet, don't you worry. Streaming does kind of keep me mentally aware for a little bit, so we'll just have to take a little bit before we can pass out for the night. Jesus, there's a lot of people on for a Thursday. What the heck is going on? Let's see here. We could go and bug a dragon? I don't actually know what their species type is now. But Raid 1, Raid 2, Raid Kaleido Movie. They were a goblin before. They're not a goblin anymore. But works out relatively well. So let's go and bug another art buddy just to see what they're doing. And aside from that, I'll see you tomorrow with some Pokemons. So have a good evening, and I'll talk with you later. Bye-bye. 3, 2, 1.